Hello?
Oh, hello, it's Dr. Callum Fitzgerald here.
It's 3 a.m. Why are you calling me now?
Yo, I just want to say I got you a Christmas present, yo.
Okay then, alright. Where is it?
It's in your living room.
Right.
It's in the corner, It's the one in the plastic wrap, I think.
It's a bottle of bleach.
Oh, sorry, that was for my uncle. No, this is probably the one next to it. It's in the disc holder thing.
Oh, okay then. It's a CD. It says, what was this? Masterful Justice Schronicles.
Yeah, it's a game about you apparently. You should do a BLUESHELLED on it. You can get it online from the internet, but I just put it on the disc for you.
You burnt a game downloadable online for free onto a CD.
What? Did you want it on a USB?
Hi, welcome to BLUESHELLED, the show where something I review gets either a positive perk or a brutal shower of verbally explosive shells. So, let's talk about me. I started my YouTube channel in 2010 and I didn't exactly know what I was going to do with it. I just kind of used it as a content dump for whatever I wanted to upload. Hence why stuff like this exists. It wasn't until early 2011 where I started doing game reviews, and even then they were just flash games on Congregate.com. So in 2012 I was inspired by peeps like the Autark, Rabbit Luigi, and Media Master to make countdowns, so I made them. Then over time it kind of developed into the main content of my channel. Then, BLUESHELLED happened. So that was the story of my channel, guys. Be sure to leave a like, comment, or even subscribe, or make a response video on what you thought. Peace out, lads.
Hey guys, this is the end slate now, so yeah, if you want to click...
Alright, you know I'm taking the piss. What I was really building up to was the fact that now, there's a game about me. Don't get too excited, this isn't some PewDiePie Legend of the Brofist stuff. This game is called Masterful Justice Schronicles, and is nowhere near the level of quality that PewDiePie's game is. Cause mine's actually good. Masturbate Justin Timberlake's Scrotum Calls is really a mistake in itself. It's an RPG that's crude, silly, and actually kinda clever with how it just rips into the Countdown community, as well as other RPGs in general. But, you know what? All of the satire is really well disguised. Whoever thought counter making was easy needs to have a talk. Okay, that was a complete lie. Carl Maxwell, also known as Jaw 3, the opposable mouth structure times 3, Jaw, the third, Jaw multiplied 4 minus 1, Jaws 3D. This dapper lad over here, right? He knows how to use RPG Maker and completely made fun of the Countdown community, the commentary community, and all the little dramas that go on inside them. It's hilarious, it's silly, but behind the daftness of it all, it's quite clever. Basically, this game's filled with a hell of a lot of inside jokes, so for the background knowledge segment, I think it makes sense for me to try and at least explain some of them, so you get an idea of what the jokes are about.
Let's start this.
Joe Olsen. I don't know if you've heard of this guy, but a while back in 2015, he was known for having some pretty full-on opinions and expressing them in ways that weren't exactly taken kindly. I mean, sure, he's alright now, but back then, man, he was truly something. To give you an idea, the Countdown community sucks! All furries should die! I hate conservatives! I hate furries! Did I mention I hate furries? I hate furries. I really hate furries. If you have a fetish, I hate it. I hate Countdown. The Countdown community is dead. For a while, I also used a site called AskFM. Because the site lets you ask anonymous questions, it was potent for a lot, and I mean a lot, of dramas. So much juicy, tender drama ready to be consumed by the most readily bent over of sackboys, taking the anonymity and potential with trollish behaviour and then thrusting it with full force into the rectums of the unsuspecting. I'm kidding. I really liked the site for what it was, to be honest. I really got to know a lot of various people because of it, and even if it did cause more tension in the community than originally intended, I wouldn't have switched out of it if I wanted to. But everyone left it, and now I'm like answering questions alone, so come back everyone, just come back. Actually, you know what, I take that back, stay out of this. This place is trash now. Quite often, I got a few questions from this really cool Russian guy called Tim, and he'd ask me on several occasions if I wanted to watch episodes of Transformers Animated. and then he'd ask me to respond. Very, very bluntly.
I hunger.
What's also important to know is the commentary community. Now what they're known for is taking a video that may have not been positively received by people and breaking it down and commenting on the flaws in that video itself, then saying how they and others can learn from the mistakes made in those videos. It's meant to be a video type where you can get entertainment and learn points out of watching people criticize and discuss your content that may have not reached standards yet. Or at least that's what it's meant to be. See what I did there? I implied that the commentary community has kind of drifted away from becoming a useful criticism tool and seems to be now a way for people to just rip into other users and make themselves seem cooler than them and just show off to the other people. Did you see what I'm doing there? It was clever, wasn't it? It was clever. To be honest, those are really the meat and bones of the inside jokes that you'll need to know so far, so like, strap in and wear your helmet because this is going to get real crazy. Masterful Justice Chronicles, here we go.
And all of these emotions are pouring out of me.
Alright, I lied. We're going to be talking about the story first. In this part of the video, I tried to explain the plot of whatever I'm reviewing, but with a twist. I have to do it in under a minute. This is the story of Masterful Justice Chronicles, condensed to a mere 60th of an hour. My time starts now. MJS was a boy who ran a small YouTube channel. He, however, let his greed for YouTube money take over his life, and therefore spent it on unnecessary things, like beds. One day he feels he needs more beds in his remarkably small commode, so he sets out on an adventure to buy some more, only to find that Joe Olsen is causing trouble not just in New Zealand, but also the places in the world that aren't New Zealand. Ricky has to stop the forces of Joe Olsen and maybe his arch-enemy Jason Olsen by teaming up with the many shitposters he meets along the way, including Randon, Tanner, Kyle, and if possible, Chris. Who are they? Well, to be honest, I don't know either. But they quest. Oh, they quest. And eventually they make it to Joe Olsen. After fighting through the menace of the Countdown, Commentary, and Ask FM communities, they finally break through the drama and save New Zealand, once and for all. Also, I think Beds R Us are having a really good sale on right now. There's like a 30 to 50% range discount on Sleepyhead beds. Oh snap, the time's ending. Let's not dabble on that for too long. Now we may begin. For real, I don't even know where this bed stuff came from. Like, I don't think I've actually mentioned anything absolutely outrageous to do with beds in my videos. I'm not obsessed with beds. I haven't done a top 10 beds in gaming, nor have I cosplayed as a bed. It's not a poxy clue why it's beds I have a lot of. Oh, it's Joe Olsen. What's up, man?
Yo, Ricky, what's up, man? Do you agree that we need to round up all the Furies and then mutilate them in former concentration camps?
Alright guys, get in the van now. No, you two. No, go, get in. No, you too, Timmy. You too. Go.
I respect your fetish.
But didn't you just say,
I changed my opinion.
boy, you inconsistent
Beast!
Through this conversation, we discover that many of the 26 people who live in New Zealand are dead. Joe Olsen wants to stop his arch-nemesis, and I kid you not, his name is Jason Olsen. A bit of a catfight ensues, and you're straight up put into a battle against Joe. Now this introduces you to the battle system, and let's say it's pretty much the default RPG Maker battle layout. Enemy in front, you take turns to attack, you have the option to wreck shit or run like a little bitch, and can choose to attack, use a special attack, guard, or use an item. Joe Olsen is actually unbeatable in this particular battle, but at least you get a chance to kind of have an idea how the system works. After a few turns, Jason Olsen comes into the scene, and Joe Olsen runs off. Yeah, those names are going to be quite confusing throughout the episode, and this leaves Jason to say that he has Ricky, left with the responsibility of saving the world from Joe, has to fight many of Joe's henchmen, which range from Mini Joes, Joe Allslimes, Beach Joes, and...
Oh yeah, Mr. Krabs!
Did I mention? I'm not the only one in this game. Along the way, we meet Randon Leclerc. Hey, it's Randizzle27, and he opens a portal to the South Island. Whoa, hey! Oi, what's your language? Sadly, ever since most of New Zealand was under havoc, the South Island appears to have become infested with tombstones. So, since it's not safe, we'd better get out of here.
Jezu fucking Christ is fucking hot. Well, yeah, you live in a tundra, right?
Good point. The noble bed is the most complicated piece of technology in our country. Whoa, too far. Are you implying that New Zealand is technologically impaired and behind on the different generations of technology that we have access to? Honestly, I'm calling the cops right now. I'm calling the cops. So we keep walking along and, hey, it's Tim Sakov, the guy who asks me questions on Ask FM about whether I've watched Transformers yet. No, I haven't. Along your journey, you get to learn different special attacks based on each of the characters. For example, since Randon's a huge fan of Mother 3, we get attacks like PK Love. In my case, I literally use my videos by making my enemies cringe so hard they die. Savage. As we venture through this palace, we soon find a coffin. What could be inside? The fanfic reading series? Nah, it's just a green room with several chests, as well as a girl who wants to show off her own. You can have sex with her off screen, although since we don't see it, it's not really fat worthy, so 0 out of 10, not enough wank material. So ready for a quickie as well. This chest contains a picture of cool basketball what the hell? And damn.
Getting money. I'm getting money.
What the hell was that? This game is scary. I got a bad feeling about this.
No one fucking cares. Go fuck off and die.
So we follow this path through dark, starry space until we reach the inevitable Joe Olsen. And to be honest, it wasn't that hard. But then Joe Olsen engages you in another battle. At first, the battle seems hopeless. At least, you can actually attack him now, but Randon's PK Love attack doesn't even work, and it seems like you're taking a lot more damage than expected. But then, Carl himself storms in with the guy who made this game. Shameless self-insert. And he's all like, Joe, stop. So he stops. Man, do you realize how easier boss battles would be if they just stopped when we wanted them to?
Link, prepare to die.
But I don't want to fight.
Oh, alright then. All good, man. Oh, I'm fine with that. Finally get back to finishing Undertale.
Look, we finally made it to the countdown community. Let's move. Oh, hi Tim Sakov. No, I have not watched Transformers yet. Goodbye. Look, it's Rabbit Luigi. The world is an astonishing place, but something. And with that, see you next week. I just love how simple some of these NPCs' dialogue are. They're not malicious in any way, shape or form, and probably aren't supposed to be. But they're just sardonically mocking the members of the Countdown community. Not like in a bad way or anything, but like, it's just really simple yet really funny. Like Obsidious Fan, or even the gaming family, who used to make countdowns but now they're dead, so they're irrelevant now. It's just really spontaneous one-liner humor that's rather relevant to the community. Like this one kid here who keeps on gushing on about his favourite game and how it saved the world from various diseases. That was funny. You can get past Obsidious Fan here by giving him one of these magazines, or fighting him. The fight is actually one of the more enjoyable ones, and is quite fun. Poses a bit of a challenge, but if you're keen to play it safe, just hand him the hentai. Yeah, I'm just gonna be posting this all off to Obsidious Fan in a couple of hours. Do you think he likes Futanari? After entering the depths of the Countdown community, you're able to encounter some of this game's truly familiar enemies, the Countdown montage intros, montage parody intros, and even filler videos. Remember when people loved to smash food items with various objects? Those were the days. And remember those days where people would just slap together gameplay clips and put them over rock music and call it an intro? Yeah, that was the dream. This game is absolute banter. Eventually we meet Evan Yagi, who is in monster form at first, but after one hit just goes back to normal form. So what the hell was the point of that, man? He points toward a portal to the next area in the game, so naturally it's our responsibility to assume that that is where we have to go next. Are you a relatively mediocre at best countdown artist? Yeah, I'd think so. Good, you'll fit in just fine. Should have seen it coming. So into Ask FM we... No! After that little fiasco, like for real, we're only in Ask FM for like not even a minute long. We take yet another portal. Like, damn Kyle. There are so many portals in this game, you should call it the Aperture Science Laboratory. Our next stop is the commentary community, that thing I talked about where some people take a subpar video and break it down to see exactly what is wrong with it. Yeah, it's no coincidence the place looks like hell. But hey, wanna know something cool? If you zoom out of the stage, the place is actually a map of my face. So, cheers Kyle. We venture into the unusually named Bop Castle and find out that Ryan Mills is being held hostage by, you guessed it, Joe Olsen. Cue another battle with Joe, much harder this time, and you're actually given a hand by Jason Olsen, so that's actually pretty cool. Even though this game has no real sense of consistency, and most of it seems to have been made up as it just went along, it's still relatively entertaining, and it isn't totally out of order like Revenge of the Sunfish or anything like that. You can still kind of grasp what's happening, so you can follow along with the plot, even though you don't get some of the inside jokes. It turns out we've got to go to California, but in order to get there, we've got to go all the way back to this hub world here, where there's a hot air balloon waiting for us. All of a sudden, we're able to fly across a very stale default RPG Maker background and arrive in, this place. But wait! Did you know that if you fly all the way down, you'll find a secret island where you can unlock the most overpowered bastard in the game? And his name is simply just Chris. Chris is apparently a good student, but I don't believe that since he can do a brutal amount of damage to someone in just one hit. So yeah, if you want to speed through the game, then by all means, unleash Chris. Now, before I move any further, I want to say that I really do appreciate the surprising amount of maturity that went into making some of these enemies. Sure, so far the game's dialogue has been pretty crude, rude, and a bit explicit, but so far it's managed to stay quite witty, to a level, an extent, I'd say. So I have to say, so far, this game is pretty damn mature. It really isn't. It really isn't. Sadly, these joke account versions of your team are unbeatable, yet again. It seems like the end, until you mysteriously wake up as this 12-y. Tanner, his name is. Tanner's segment of the game is actually really refreshing. You basically have to train Tanner up so he can join your team, by grabbing your equipment from the chests and partaking in the world's longest walk up this path made of laser grids, meeting a talking crystal, and then fight this question mark man who dies in one hit, then teleport over to Joke Account City. Well, some training. Dang, you must be packing some muscle by then. Let's see how unbelievably strong you must be. Okay, my bad. Wow, everyone's leveling up. Maybe Tanner is useful after all. Cool Cat makes an appearance here as well? Cool Cat of all people? Oh, he's actually your boy Solo, and he has the Monado. The Monado! The Monado! From Xenoblade Chronicles. Why is the Monado icon a bunch of mini sausages? That's not a Monado. This is a scam. What are you going to try to do in this game? Give us some pork ribs and say it's the Master Sword? Now, remember that closed off area at the very beginning of the game? This place? You know how we couldn't get inside it? Well, feel enlightened, amigo. We have to go back there right now. South Auckland. South Auckland, as you'd expect, is pretty desolate, but it's also filled with ghosts. Ghosts of Joe Olsen. Yeah, ghosts. We come across this one building, and if you try to enter it, it says you cannot save nor teleport after going inside. So, naturally, we have to save. Ah, see? Logic there. That is a tactical move, my friend. And inside is, well, Joe Olsen! How did you guess? Like, plot twist. The final battle is fairly lengthy and definitely won't hold back on trying to shred your ass into pieces. Even if you have Chris involved, the battle is specifically set to render his lectures and spankings useless. So play fair, kiddos. Ryan probably holds some of the best attacks in the game, so use him probably. He can summon the entire commentary community on the enemy just by openly talking shit about them. This does not just apply to the game. Joe Olsen goes down, and Jason Olsen steps in, and... Whoa, what? Where am I?
You are in a dimension created by yourself.
What does that mean?
Ricky, you are not a normal human being. Your job is to protect the multiverse.
What the fuck?
You'd make a great leader for one reason. You are objectively perfect.
What does that mean?
All the evil and weakness in you is gone.
How did it leave me?
It split away from you.
Into what?
Me. A being of true evil.
What do you intend to do?
It's simple. Destroy everything.
Why?
My simple but deadly evil desires.
Then I must stop you.
Okay.
Let's do battle.
Will you fucking stop?
No.
Then there is only one thing I can do.
Hold on, I've lost my line.
Okay. Yeah.
Alright, okay, carry on.
Ricky, have you wondered who I actually am?
No. I won't believe it. And alas, Joseph Olsen is not Joseph Olsen, but actually Jack, my younger brother. And what do you know, he's actually impossible to beat. He doesn't go down at all, and he's an alien face for crying out loud. I can't beat him. A bright light fills the room, and with a black screen, there is only a conversation with everyone else that is left to continue. The epilogue reveals that Ricky, to the other characters, looked like he was sleepwalking and trying to kill Joseph Olsen, but looking like he didn't know what he was actually doing. Maybe it was a power they couldn't fathom. Whatever. It was fun. And with that, it promotes an end to Masterful Justice. So that was Masterful Justice Schronicles, was it not? We're near the end of the video now, so it's time to finally find out what rating this game gets. Sadly, while this game is brilliant as a joke game, all joke games eventually fade out and have to go into the trash, I'm afraid. Don't let that affect your thoughts of the game, however. Even as a joke game, the game isn't all that bad. It's just the dialogue and the plot that is made purposely to make you scream, "What is this?" and "This is crap!" at the computer screen. Furthermore, even if you aren't familiar with the in-jokes of the community, you can still have a laugh at how crudely written some of the characters are, and can still have a good time beating this game in a mere couple of hours. A complaint I would have to give about the game is the fact that there are a lot of forced lost battles. It would have been nicer if there were battles that I could actually finish without the game having to do that dirty work for me. Also, some of the areas just look plain as fuck, but I guess it was supposed to be like that? I don't know. So, realistically speaking, this is probably a pretty fly rating, but since it was purposely made to be bad, we should give it a bad rating just to be fair. That's rigged! Scandal! Shut up. I am MasterJakeStudios, and I promote an end to this video. Come on guys, can you not call me in the middle of a recording? I've rejected that one. Actually, hold that for a second. Let me just switch the background. There we go. Carry on.
I have found myself riddled with starvation, thirst, and no way of getting help. As I stagger from the shore, it's important that I find myself a decent way of surviving the ruthless tests of Mother Nature. Sources of food, lighting fires, and escaping the reaches of wild animals. This is BLUESHELLED, Survival Edition.
Every step has allowed this to happen.
It's gonna be really a real wall.
The big question. Is it pronounced cipher or cipher? I've always wondered, maybe I should ask an expert.
Did you say expert?
Piss off.
Oh? The government? What? A robot sniper is trying to assassinate the Prime Minister? Oh no!
The Countdown community sucks. All furries should die. I hate the Countdown community. I hate conservatives. I hate furries. Did I mention I hate furries? I hate furries. I really hate furries. Yo man, fetish. If you have a fetish, I hate it. I hate it. I hate Mario. Mario should die. The Countdown community is dead. I hate countdowns.